Welcome to JazzTime.com. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online. You have to know the price of your watch, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you buy a watch from JazzTime.com once in a while. Today we'll be reviewing the Rolex Datejust 41. This is the reference number 126334. We'll be going over the dial, bezel, case, crown, bracelet, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. Okay, so jumping right into the dial here. The dial configuration I currently have in my hand here is the beautiful sunburst blue dial. As you can see, as I tilt it around in my light box here, you can see it sort of shimmer with various highlights and various contrasting shadows as well. You can see a highlighted blues here with a nice shadowed area of blues, then contrasting helping each other very nicely. The hour markers are Roman numerals. They're all fashioned in 18 karat white gold, and along with the typical Datejust structure of the crown logo at the 12 o'clock position, also in white gold, and a date window at the 3 o'clock position with a Cyclops lens on top of that sapphire crystal for magnification and easier viewing of that date. Of course, we have the text as well at the 12 o'clock position, right in the center here, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Datejust name, and at the 6 o'clock position, we have the text for the Superlative Chronometer officially certified. Let me zoom in there so you can take a closer look at that. It pops very nicely against the blue-black backdrop. Along with that, we have a railroading of tracks at the very outer edge of the dial as well to encompass it a little bit more. But overall, very beautiful blue dial that you would expect from Rolex themselves. Of course, if you're not interested in the blue dial, or you're not interested in the hour markers that are shown here, the Roman numerals, you can also get this watch in the index hour markers or diamond hour markers if you're feeling a little more luxurious. Mother of pearl is also an option if you want to go beyond and more for luxury, but otherwise you can also find it in simple dial colors like the Wimbledon dial, which is green Roman numerals with a slate background, and then your standard black, white or silver dials. All right. But besides that, we're going to go ahead and move on to the bezel now. The bezel is just a simple 18 karat white gold fluted bezel. As you can see, same features of sort of the sunburst. As you see, as I tilt it around the light, it captures the light very nicely along that bezel. As you see, different shimmers of light, and also darker areas as well to contrast, making the face of the watch very appealing to look at because that constant change of shine from the sunburst out to the 18 karat white gold bezel. Moving on, as this is a dress watch, we have nice beautiful high polished lugs at the very top of the case, and on the bottom of the case, high polished lugs here as well. Side of the case, nice thin profile and high polish as well. One thing to mention that this is the successor to the Datejust 2, which was discontinued back in 2017, I believe, and then the Datejust 41s came out. Specifically for the 41s, they did the update of the case, making the case much slimmer, a much sleeker profile overall, and also thinner lugs as well. Instead of being a bulkier style case, it looks nice and in proportion, nice and sleek, and then in proportion with the bracelet as well. On the other side of the case, we have a nice high polish as well on the side with the Rolex crown logo on the crown itself there. And then you'll see a little underlining indency underneath the crown there, and that indicates that this watch is a twin lock double waterproofness system, meaning that this watch has a water resistance of 100 meters or 330 feet. With that said, I'll move on to the crown functions now. So we're going to go ahead and unwind the crown counterclockwise as shown. In the standard positions where you can wind the watch, about 15 to 20 clockwise turns is all you need to get the watch started once more from a dead stop. Pulling the crown out to the next position will allow you to adjust the date instantaneously as shown. It only goes forwards, does not go backwards. So we're going to go ahead and turn that over. And then in the final position, you'll be able to stop this hacking movement or the second hand right at the 2 o'clock position, and then adjust the hands however you like, bidirectionally, and set the time however you want. The stopping of the second hand is for precise time setting, so you can set it down. So if you want to take a look at an atomic clock online, you can set your watch down to the exact seconds to match. Pressing the crown back in will start that second hand once more, and always make sure to screw the crown nice and tight in against the case once again to keep your watch water resistant for that 100 meters or 330 feet. Moving on to the bracelet now. The bracelet is a oyster style bracelet, which is a three-piece link bracelet, nicely satin finished on the outer of the three-piece links, while the center link is nicely high polished. The sort of contrasting and polishes bring the best out of each other. As you can see, that it seems like the center polishing seems to shine a bit more, and the satin finish just looks much more bold overall. There's a very nice tapering from the first link downwards before it plateaus, meeting to the eventual clasp here. Specifically, this watch does come on a Jubilee style bracelet, and we have a video for that as well if you're interested in seeing how the Jubilee looks. I would recommend taking a look at that before making a purchase on the watch, as a bracelet is quite important as well once you've set the dial down. Alright. The clasp, however, for both bracelets, the Oyster bracelet and the Jubilee bracelet, will have the same style clasp. So there's this Oyster folding clasp and a nice two-tone polishing. We're going to go ahead and open that up. It's just a simple folding Oyster clasp that has these beautiful clasp blades with the Rolex name embossed onto that high polish there. One thing to mention is that this is an easy style link. So basically, the easy link is actually this end link here at the very end. You'll see that there's a little hook before the link itself. On the side here is a small little half circular shape there. Basically, if you need to adjust your bracelet for whatever reason, most reasons going to be if you're going on a hot summer day, your wrist swells up a little bit from the blood flow, then you can go ahead and release your link outwards to give yourself a little more breathing room on your wrist. If not, you can go ahead and just latch that link onto itself. Latch the link onto itself, and it should snap on, as you heard there, and that means the links are now 5mm inwards on itself. So if it's a colder day, you don't want like your watch swiveling around everywhere on your wrist, then you can latch it back into the 5mm. Summer day, it's hot, take off your watch, pop it at a 45-degree angle, and then you have that breathing room once more. Of course, you're going to do another 5mm adjustment forward or inwards or outwards from the link itself. You can see this little groove here. This is currently set on the middle groove. There's 3 grooves, one in the front, one in the back, and one in the center. So if you do need an additional adjustment, that is available to you as well. Of course, moving on to the movement now. Movement is housed in this oyster style case backing, nice bordering finish around the outer edge, a nice satin finish on the portion that sits on your wrist. Specifically for the movement of this watch, of course, it's going to be an updated movement from the previous model. It's going to be a 32-35 movement, which is still a perpetual mechanical self-winding movement. Has the functions of the hour, minute, seconds hand, instantaneously changing the date, stopping the seconds hand, as I've shown you with the crown functions. Has a superlative chronometer officially certified at the 6 o'clock position, meaning that it is within Swiss specs of the -2 + 2 seconds a day. Swiss specs typically is about -4 + 6, but Rolex likes to double test their movements and get it to the -2 + 2 seconds a day. But besides that, Rolex has been trying to move into more in-house made parts with all their watches, even the sports pieces like the Submariner and Deep Sea and Sea Rollers and such, that they're trying to make more in-house made parts instead of outsourcing them. The previous shock absorber was the KIF shock absorbers. Now it runs the Paraflex shock absorbers, in-house made by Rolex, which they claim absorbs 50% more shocks than that industry standard. And the Escapement is a little bit different too. The Escapement is a Chrono G Escapement, also made by Rolex. A skeletonized Escapement wheel made out of a nickel phosphorus that pairs with the paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring, which aids in resistance against magnetism, as you don't want your watch to run erratically. So it helps to have resistance against magnetism. And the skeletonization of the Escapement wheel does help with energy efficiency and reduction of inertia for precise timekeeping. Energy efficiency, what I mean by that is that the previous model only could have a power reserve of 48 hours. This newer style model has the power reserve of a 70-hour power reserve, meaning you can put this watch on a Friday evening, pick it back up on a Monday morning when you go back to work, and it'll be keeping time just fine. Alright, now let me actually go ahead and show you this watch on my wrist. So we're going to locate that folding oyster, open it up. So you can see I have an average man size wrist of a 7-inch wrist. There's still a little bit of wiggle room there for me. And you can see, really, just the blue dials that Rolex makes are absolutely gorgeous. There's really nothing like it. It's just an absolutely beautiful blue sunburst style dial. And Rolex always does it right when they do a blue style dial. The fluted bezel, also a good nice factor to it. And the oyster bracelet keeps it sporty. Of course, if you don't like the oyster bracelet, as I mentioned, we have the Jubilee style available as well. But if you're interested in buying this watch for the lowest possible price, check us out at jazztime.com. We have the lowest prices guaranteed. And if you liked the video, please like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.